They say there are places in this world that never forgot what happened to them. Places where the air holds memories tighter than concrete and steel. And if you step into such a place, it recognizes you. And it doesn't let go. 5 students from the United States, Evan, Melissa, Tyler, Grace, and Jordan, arrived in Ukraine at the end of a warm September. They wanted to film a documentary about abandoned towns. The university gave them a grant, and Evan, as the project lead, decided, without Pripyat, the film would be incomplete. Their guide was a man named Serhiy. He looked like someone who knew far more than he said. Early 40s, sturdy build, light eyes that never rested, always scanning, searching. Rules are simple, he said on the way. Don't wander off. Don't enter buildings without my permission. And if something feels unusual, don't run. What could be unusual? Jordan grinned, trying to break the tension. Serhiy didn't reply. When they entered the exclusion zone, the sky seemed heavier. The sun hid behind gray clouds, and the trees stood unnervingly still, as if someone had turned them off. At the checkpoint, Serhiy showed their permits and the guard let them through. The Geiger counters crackled softly. Tyler recorded the readings, excited about the footage. Everything went almost according to plan, until they crossed into the city. All 5 watches stopped at the exact same moment. Tyler noticed first. Guys, mine says 1:23. But, that's not the time. Mine too, said Grace. And my phone matches. Same here, Melissa whispered. Evan checked his watch. 1:23. The screen dark, but the digits glowed unnaturally bright, as if held in place by an invisible hand. Serhiy abruptly hit the brakes. Don't touch your phones, he said. Just put them away. And breathe. What does it mean? Evan asked. It means we've already gone too far. He surveyed the empty streets of Pripyat. No wind. No birds. No sound. People who stopped at that time, some never returned, he added quietly. He wasn't joking. The first place they entered was the school. The door was gone, and inside everything looked as if children had left only minutes ago. Posters still on the walls. Notebooks on the desks. Dust thick as velvet. Grace paused beside a broken aquarium. Someone's been here recently, she said. Why do you think that? Evan asked. She brushed her finger across the desk. A fresh line appeared on the dust, next to a second line, already there. If their fingers were the first in decades, then whose were the others? Cats? Jordan suggested unconvincingly. Even his voice lacked humor. They climbed to the second floor. The corridor was silent. But it felt like they weren't alone. Like behind every closed door, someone stood quietly, listening. Melissa entered a math classroom. She turned on her flashlight. The beam slid across the chalkboard. And stopped. Someone had drawn a clock. The hands pointed to 1:23. This isn't a coincidence anymore, Evan exhaled. They left without speaking. Serhiy led them deeper into the city. The air smelled like damp concrete and rusty metal. And then Melissa saw it, a light in an apartment window on the 9th floor. You see that? She asked. Everyone looked up. The light flickered, once, twice, 3 times. Then went out. There's no electricity here, said Serhiy. Hasn't been since 1986. Then how? Tyler began. Don't ask. Don't look. Don't answer. He said it like a rule that saves lives. But it was too late. Grace had already been staring at that window too long. And someone inside was staring back. Still. Watching. At the Policia Hotel, their flashlights began flickering in sync. To 1 minute. 1:23. 1:23. 1:23. Time isn't moving forward here, Grace said. It's folding. Looping. Sir, he turned to them. If you feel that, we should leave. Evan shook his head. We came for footage. We need to film this. It's our job. Sir, he lowered his eyes. I warned you. But he led them anyway. Because he knew, if they wandered alone, he wouldn't find them again. The fog thickened near the hotel. As if someone had laid it there just for them. Evan heard footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Matching theirs, but half a second behind. He stopped. The footsteps stopped too. He turned. No one. But he felt someone standing just behind him, breathing. At the entrance of the hotel, the doors, once shut, now stood open. Sir, his face whitened. I closed them. Myself. So someone went in? Tyler asked. No, he said. Worse. What's worse? This place wants us to enter. And then Grace said the sentence that chilled them all. We're not the only ones it opened the door for. Inside the hotel, the air smelled of dust, wet plaster, and something very old that had no name. Glass crunched underfoot. The lobby, once filled with guests, was now only a gray husk held together by habit. Don't turn off your lights, said Surhi. And don't fall behind. Evan filmed everything. Every step, every shadow, every swirl of dust in flashlight beams. Fear tugged at him, but so did excitement. Inside his head. If we capture this, everyone will talk about us. They climbed to the second floor. Walls stained with shapes, like shadows of frames that had once hung there. What was this place like? Melissa asked. Nothing special, said Surhi. People. Their luggage. Their plans. Their quarrels. He paused. As if behind every word stood another he refused to say. At the end of the hallway, Grace stopped. You hear that? She whispered. Everyone froze. Silence. Then, a faint sound. Like keys jangling. Then a short burst of a child's laugh. Cut off instantly. Maybe tourists. Tyler said. We're alone, sir, he replied. I checked. Evan started recording audio. If it's a sound stuck in time, we'll catch it, he said. Grace stared into a dark doorway. The darkness seemed thicker than it should be. As if it were, waiting. Don't go in, someone whispered directly behind her ear. She spun around. No one. They entered a room. A bed frame without a mattress. Rotting curtains on the floor. On the small table, an overturned glass. Inside it, a dried ring of water. Untouched by dust. That's strange, Tyler said. It looks recent. Melissa stepped to the window. The view showed the square, the abandoned amusement park, the Ferris wheel rising above the trees. Still as death. For a moment, she thought the cabin swayed. You saw that? She asked. What? Jordan asked. It breathed. She backed away from the window, but caught a flicker of light below. A brief flash. As if someone aimed a flashlight at the square, right where they stood earlier. Maybe that's us, Jordan joked nervously. From the past. No one laughed. I want shots of the stairwell, Evan said. It looks atmospheric. Don't go far, warned Surhi. Evan waved him off and walked to the stairs. His flashlight slid over peeling paint and graffiti. Halfway down he stopped. On the wall above the railing someone had written. We are still here. He smirked and hit record. And who is we? Stalkers? Ghost stories? He took another step. And heard, himself. And who is we? Stalkers? Ghost stories. Not a recording. Not an echo. A repetition. He froze. A cold weight crept up his spine. "Guys," he called. "Did you hear that?" Silence. Only the camera's faint hum. Meanwhile, in the room, Jordan found an old folder. "Hey, look," he said. "Papers." He opened it on the table. Faded forms, lists, stamps. Nothing interesting. Until a photograph fell out. Black and white. Slightly blurred. A group of people standing right outside this same hotel. 4 young men and women. One older man holding a folder. "Looks like a tour," Jordan laughed. "Old school version of us." "Let me see," said Melissa. He handed it to her. Her smile faded. Her heart sank. "Jordan," she whispered. "This is us." The silhouettes weren't perfectly clear, but the resemblance was eerie. The stance. The angles. Even the man with the folder looked exactly like Serhi. Melissa turned the photo over. The date read: September 23, 2024, 1:23. "Today," she whispered. The room felt colder. "We need to leave," Grace said. "Now." "I agree," said Melissa. "We have enough footage." More than enough. All eyes turned to Evan. He stood still, camera down. "I get it," he said. "Okay. We'll go." They gathered their things. No one noticed. As Jordan stepped away from the toy car in the park-themed photo, its shadow showed a figure still sitting inside. Just a second longer. The amusement park looked frozen in time. The Ferris wheel towered like a blind eye over the trees. The rides were overgrown, the prizes on the stands rotting into shapeless lumps. They planned to open a festival here, Serhi said as they approached. Kids were excited. Music, food, rides. Instead, something else came. He fell silent. "Perfect shot," Evan whispered, lifting the camera. He zoomed in on the Ferris wheel. In one cabin, someone was sitting. A faint figure. Childlike. Watching. "Do you see that?" Evan asked. "No," said Tyler. "Nothing there." "In the camera, there is." Grace looked. Her stomach tightened. A child. A small silhouette. And its face was turned directly toward them. "Please, let's go," she whispered. Then the loudspeaker crackled. A metallic voice burst through. Sharp. Distorted. "Attention, citizens." The voice of the evacuation announcement. "Live." "That's impossible," Melissa said. "There's no power here." "Not everything needs power," Serhi replied. Grace felt eyes on them. Dozens of eyes. Shadows between trees. Silent figures waiting for a bus that never arrived. And they were staring at the students. Not at the loudspeaker. At them. "We're leaving," Grace insisted. "Good," said Tyler. Finally. Evan nodded. "Okay. Let's go." As they walked back, none of them saw the shadow behind Jordan. A shadow that stayed seated in the toy car. After he moved, the path back felt longer. Darker. "I swear the sky wasn't this dark earlier," Tyler said. "It changes here," Serhi said. "Like it's watching." They reached the van. Evan felt déjà vu. The trees. The angle. The way Serhi searched for the keys. He'd seen this shot before. "Wait," he said. "This is familiar." "Of course it is," Tyler said. "We came this way." "No. I saw it, on my camera." He opened the file. On the recording. The van, the trees, the sign, Serhi with the keys. And then, on the video, Serhi turned to the camera and said, "Looks like we're late." But here, in reality, he was silent. "I already said this," Serhi whispered. "But not to you." "Then to who?" Grace asked. He didn't answer. They drove away. The Geiger counter clicked softly. After the checkpoint, Serhi said, "You'll forget this like a nightmare." "Not sure I can," Melissa said. Grace stared out the window. Between the trees. She saw herself. Same clothes. Same hair. Standing absolutely still. Watching the van pass. "Stop," she whispered. No reaction. "Stop." The van halted. "What is it?" Evan asked. "Me," she said, pointing. "I saw myself." Everyone looked. The forest was empty. Just trees and fog. "Enough," Serhi said. "We're leaving for Real. Don't look back." He stepped on the gas. Grace stared into the dark between the trees. She didn't see anything anymore. But she felt something remained there. Something unfinished. The checkpoint looked unchanged. Same guard. Same booth. Same barrier. As if time here never moved at all. One by one they passed through the radiation scanner. The machine beeped normally. Until Grace stepped inside. The alarm shrieked. "Stay still," the guard said. He scanned her again. His face didn't show fear, but something like confusion. "It fluctuates," he said. "Comes and goes." "What does that mean?" she asked. "Nothing serious," Serhi interjected. "Dust, static. Try again." The next scan was clean. But Serhi's voice trembled. "It's not radiation," he whispered once the doors closed. "You've been noticed." "By who?" Grace asked. "By what doesn't like to be left behind." The ride back to Kiev was silent. Everyone stared out the windows. But their thoughts stayed in Pripyat. Evan reviewed footage. Something felt off. "Look," he finally said. "My files are changing." "What do you mean, changing?" Tyler asked. "They weren't like this before." On screen, the Ferris wheel. Now there were 2 figures in the cabin. Then 3. Then a tall figure holding a camera. "Maybe the file corrupted," Tyler suggested. No one believed it. At the hostel, they uploaded everything to a laptop. First videos looked normal. Then they opened the classroom clip, the chalkboard. Now there was a second clock drawn faintly over the first. The hands pointed to 1:24. "That wasn't there," Grace said. Next, the hotel hallway. Now the old photo showed an entirely different group. Similar, but not the same. And the date read. September 23, 2023, 1:23. A year earlier. Are we repeating someone's path? Jordan asked. Or someone is repeating ours, Evan said. Grace shivered. Next file, the van. 6 silhouettes instead of 5. The 6th one. Hooded. Head bowed. When it lifted its face toward the camera. Its features were smeared. But the eyes were sharp. Real. Deleted, Melissa said. All of it. Please. No way. Evan shouted. This is the find of a lifetime. Or the end of it, Grace said. Silence. Sir, he finally spoke. You have a choice. Turn this into a film. Or accept that some doors shouldn't be opened. What happens if we open them? Jordan asked. Something comes out, Sir, he said. And you can't always shut it again. Grace remembered the figure in the forest. The one that looked like her. Maybe it wasn't her. Maybe it was who she'd become. If they chose wrong. I don't want someone watching us on their footage, she said. Like we're watching others. She didn't raise her voice. But everyone heard the decision in it. Fine, Evan said softly. We won't publish anything, yet. He closed the laptop. But none of them felt relief. That night, Grace couldn't sleep. Kiev sounded alive outside, cars, voices, music. But her phone still showed 1:23. She set an alarm. At 7 o'clock it rang. But the screen still said 1:23. She stood at the mirror. Her reflection lagged. She raised her hand. A moment later, the reflection did the same. This isn't happening to me, she whispered. It's happening to the world. Next morning, they gathered again. Evan opened the laptop. There's a new folder, he said. I didn't make it. Its name. Pripyat _2. Inside. Videos. Same locations. Same angles. But different people. Older. Exhausted. And on the final video. The group stood near a ruined hall. One man turned toward the camera. Gray hair. Tired eyes. It was Evan. Older by decades. If you're watching this, he said. It means we made the same choice. The file cut off. No one spoke. In the apartment window behind them, 6 silhouettes reflected. One extra. Hidden among their shadows. Head down. Wearing a watch frozen at 1:23. Grace blinked. The shadow vanished. But the feeling didn't. The feeling that the story had only cracked open. And the real part waited ahead. Somewhere in the dark city where time once stopped. Something was waiting for them to return. To finish what they started. Or begin what they already ended once before.